We've obviously spending way too much fucking time with each other.
Wait, you're wearing all black and
Yeah.
I'm wearing all white. It's
What
weird.
What color are your shorts?
Silver.
Silver? Okay, they're light. I got black shorts on.
Oh, okay.
But there is some gray, so it's kind of like a mix of white.
Yeah, I'm telling you. It's like I'm from heaven and you're from hell.
That's pretty much. I'm the dark, you're the light. All right, I get it.
Do you ever go to one of those white parties where you got to wear all white?
There was one we did on spring break that we did. Yeah.
Every time I went to a white party, there's a fruit punch bowl that I always spill. I spill all
every
over.
time.
God, dude.
Yeah.
Why did we have to wear white? Why couldn't it be a black party?
Yeah. What is the deal with the white parties? Like I don't get it.
I don't know. I never got it either. It's like weddings. You're supposed to wear all white at a wedding?
No, you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to. The bride is the only one who's supposed to wear white. You wear white to a wedding. Yes. Oh God, I don't want the bride to be mad at me. No, it made sense, the one that I went to, because it was at a club where they were doing it was a foam party. So it was all,
they like spray you with all the paint and whatnot.
Just trying to see titties. That's all it was, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn, when'd you go to a foam party?
The spring break. I'm 2000 and what year was that? 2005.
Nice.
So
they had one here in like Grand Rapids one time. I missed it.
Oh yeah,
it looked like a good time.
Spring break. I went 04. So the going into my senior year, and then college, the 05 and 06, I believe, are the three spring breaks I went. So,
wow, I'm jealous. I'm sure you had a good time.
The fact that parents allow their kids to do that, like it's just a thing. Oh my God, man, unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Usually there's some drugs involved into those events.
But now here's the thing, and at least for us, the only drug involved is weed. It's not like nowadays, like honestly, like I don't think I could handle spring break nowadays. Like even like, I mean, you got these college kids doing blow in high school. It's like fucking nuts for us. It was booze and weed. That was it.
That's all it was for us.
That was it.
It was early 2000s. You know, you didn't see, the heroin epidemic.
Maybe a couple kids getting like a Percocet or two, but even then, like, I mean, it didn't.
You know what the new drug was when I was leaving high school, and this just started popping up, was Adderall. But that was the legal drug. You could get it, your buddy could get a prescription, and I never really liked it, man. It always made my neck hurt. It gets you get things done for sure, but it was just, I don't know. I didn't like the feeling. Took it like a couple times, and that was it.
A couple buddies of mine did shrooms from time to time, but again, it's like we didn't have money to go out and buy all these fucking drugs. It's just crazy to me, man.
No. I had the $20 from Dad. You had to spend it on your date, man.
Yeah. All right, I can get a dime bag, and then I'm gonna have $10 for my date, and I'm low on gas. So what the fuck am I gonna do?
Right, you don't have a job, so you need to ration that money out.
Stripes. Anyway, so, but yeah.
What are you doing down there? What are you looking down with your hands going up and down? You like that guy in Chatterbait, and he just holds up.
Oh wait!
You got a tea. You're
I'm doing it. Oh, you got me!
I thought you were rubbing one out.
Oh, you're rubbing one out.
I mean, even worse though. You're drinking tea. I'd rather
even worse. Yeah, what would be worse? It's worse that I'm drinking tea. Worse that I'm drinking tea. Anyway, let's get to it. The After Show podcast with Brock and Hunter. Fact and opinion time. One awesome fact, one dumb opinion. Do what you want with it. Let's do this one. There has been a version of Playboy, there's been a version of Playboy printed in Braille since 1970.
Wow.
It doesn't have any photos in it, so you're literally getting it from the articles. So you're just, you're getting what you need from the articles. But I'll be honest, Hunter, like that. It makes sense. Have you ever read a piece of erotica that you're like, fuck, that got me going, man? Have you ever read something that's been like, okay, like maybe it didn't finish you off, but it was enough to get you going. You know what I mean?
Got the juices flowing, and then you ventured off into the internet. Yeah, I mean, maybe I can't recall, but I've never really like read a Playboy article and was like, dude, I need to go rub one out. I don't know. No.
I think there's some. I think also too. That's why I like.
Weird.
This is a weird comment. We're gonna get real weird here real quick. I think that's why though. I think such a big is auditory senses. Like you can watch a video of people getting it on, but you also kind of want to hear it, right? Like I can make it work, but I also like the sound.
The sound, it makes it a little different for sure.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah. It's a good question on the Braille thing. So are they just reading stories in Braille, or do they have like a Braille centerfold?
They might have a description like, all right, the centerfold is Becky. She's 36, 24, 36, whatever. And maybe they describe like, her nipples are rock. I don't know. Like this can get so fucking Jesus. She's got a nice little line, line above the vagina on her, you know.
Here's another question about Braille. Have you ever seen anybody read Braille or touch it and decipher?
Not in person, but you know,
I have either.
You know, it's my aunt Cindy. She was blind, but she wasn't blind her whole life. She just her eyesight got progressively worse, and I think basically by the time she was like a late teens, she couldn't see anything. Like it was just like shadows or whatever. That lady was remarkable. Like it's crazy, dude. She could get to the Y by herself. Like she would like walk to the Y by herself, swim back and forth laps. Dude, try closing your eyes
and doing anything.
Dude, it was unbelievable. Like it was crazy. She got around. Granted, you did have to be careful. I know, I'm sure it was always a nightmare for her when like us kids, like when we were younger, because we'd move stuff in the house, not on purpose, but you know, your kids, so you move stuff and this and that. But I don't know if she read Braille though. I'll be honest. I'll have to ask my mom. I don't know if she did or not, but
it'd be interesting to know, you know, and like, how do you read Braille? In correlation with the story you just had, there's a lady in St. Joe walks around. She walks sidewalks and she's blind. Sometimes she has the seeing eye dog with her. Other times she doesn't. And I've talked to somebody that knows her, and they were saying, dude, she knows the streets. Like she stops, she knows where it's at. She's completely blind.
Yeah.
And it's just from the years of doing it, and like, dude, I can't wrap my head around that. But if you're blind, dude, you have to learn that. You have to, you know, like
your sense is basically the body adjusts.
Like you can hear everything. I'm sure she, you know, she stands at that stop sign and you can hear a car coming from a mile. You know, how do you find Braille if you're blind? That's another question I have.
That's just a
question. Yeah. You know, I because you obviously don't know where all the Braille is in the world.
Yeah. You know, here's a question too for you. And lots of times they put them in areas that are near touching things. You know, like okay, this is where people would touch. So here's the Braille. Why is there Braille on drive up ATM
machines? I was just gonna say it.
What my guess is with drive up, it's probably they just make them all the same, and so they just leave it on like so because not all ATMs are drive up ATM machines. Or I'm saying ATM machines. I don't need to say machine ATMs. So I'm saying ATM machine. Anyway, they probably just make them all the same, and then if they go up to a drive through or like a drive up one, or it's just a one that's on the ground. That's my guess.
I mean, I hope. I mean,
well, dude, for me, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, self-driving cars for blind people is probably maybe a massive life-changing event.
It really could be. It absolutely could be. I'm sure that's something that's been in discussion with it. You know, if you can get in and it takes care of everything for you. Braille is kind of the same thing for me as like sign language, because we all know the letters. What do you got? A, B, C, D, or wait, D, E, F. Anyway,
you know a lot.
I know. I know most of the alphabet, but then there's other.
Is G?
No, that's J.
J.
I think G is so F G.
Oh yeah, you're right.
G. What's H?
H. I should know this because it's my name.
H I J K L M.
Or is it M? No.
M is over the thumb, and then N O. Or is that P? That might be P. Well, because this is the sign for party.
Right. Anyway, I'm impressed. I'm impressed you got that far, to be honest.
Anyway, but what's crazy to me is this language, and because we have words, like we can find words, you know, not this, not that. They have to have a sign, and same thing with Braille. Like, I mean, is there one symbol that means like a full word?
That's what I wonder. I'm like, are you taking your thumb and you just going like over it, or are you like pressing it and like feeling different,
like just kind of going over it? They can just skim, you know, because otherwise, like if you're reading a whole story, you can't have every word every letter, right? So like it's not like you're not reading THE. Like that would take fucking ever, right?
Yeah. You would think. I would think. I mean, are they reading books, just going down, feeling it?
We're gonna have to look.
Dude,
this
that's
up.
amazing. It's amazing if that's what it is.
Yep. To learn it, I can barely speak the proper English language, let alone read it in Braille. So,
hats off to you blind folk out there. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine. Could you imagine? All right, I know they can't see the podcast. So you're right.
Give them a round of applause.
There you go.
Yeah,
I just couldn't imagine.
It's tough, man, and especially you know what I think would be, and not saying it's easier either way, but or one way is better than the other. Being, I guess, born blind, you probably, it's got to be an easier transition. But imagine losing, like right now, Hunter. Imagine losing your sight.
It'd be terrible.
Like terrible. Me knowing it, like it's just you lose, like probably
what it's like.
I'm not trying to be insensitive to anyone out there, but if you had to lose a sense, like a mate, like lose a sense, which one would you pick? Like, okay, actually, let me make that harder. If you had to lose speak, hearing, or sight, which one would you?
Man, maybe hearing. It'd be speaker hearing. Sight's huge.
Yeah,
that's it, dude. That is. I don't even want to think about that.
I do. I don't think I do. I don't. Sight to me would probably be the hardest one to adjust to. Like hearing, what you can either learn.
Already going deaf, so you probably should.
Hearing. Definitely not.
You know what I always think about too is like when if you're born blind, like, and I've read Reddit posts on this, like what do you see? Do you see black and the person that explained it that was born blind, if I'm recalling this right, is like it's not a color, it's not black because they don't know what black is. It's just it's like they imagine things in your head. And
but like
they can't really
seen anything,
it exactly, but like people like describe it to them throughout their lives, and then they kind of come up with their own, idea of what. Oh wow!
Like if technology could do something, which again, obviously it and we're already seeing it now. People can get full on eye transplants. People that were blind can get eye transplants and see. It's got to be crazy.
It's amazing,
dude. So, hopefully technology is something that blindness won't be an issue anymore. And maybe down the road, it won't be. Maybe it won't be. We'll find a way where it's like, all right, hey, maybe it was born blind, but guess what? We're going to take her right into surgery. She's going to get this done, whatever surgery. You're good. But it would be really interesting to see somehow, like on a computer simulation, like you hook up to like a blind person's brain, like waves, and describe something to see what exactly they put together.
They put together and what they see. I'm gonna be honest. It's probably really close. It's probably we're saying this with no, I don't know anything about this, so we're just kind of speaking from the, but probably pretty close because of just the way people have described it throughout the years.
Yeah.
You know what would be interesting is color. Because how do you describe a color?
You can't. I don't think you
can.
With that though, Hunter, is like, even if like try and explain to someone what a football is, like what a football looks like. If you have no reference for it,
right?
Then, like
but you still hand them a football. They could feel it. Like you could feel it, and you'd be like, all right, well. That's the lace. That's where you put your hands on. That's what that feels like. So I think they can know a lot of things just by touching, feeling, hearing, description. But there are, like I said, there are weird things like color, like things that you can't describe.
Yeah.
That would be the weirdest thing, like to explain to somebody that was born blind, like, hey, like, but this is a different shade. Like, how do you explain shade?
Yeah, everything like fuck you, I'm blind. Everything's shade, motherfucker. It's like, damn. Yeah, wow. I don't know.
It's just like it's crazy. Like those videos of people are colorblind and then they see color with the glasses. They start crying because it's so. It sets you back so much. Or like the ones with the kids that can hear. They put the ear transplant and they could hear for the first time. Dude.
As a dad now, like I can't, like those are they make me cry even more. Like little kids getting glasses put on the first time.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't have a kid, and dude,
Yeah.
I bubble up watching those
Mhm.
videos. You could just tell.
Yeah.
Especially with the kids, man, because they don't, it's true emotion. They're not trying to
Yeah.
hide anything.
Or a
You
little
put those
thing.
glasses
Yeah.
on, dude, or those ears, and they just like they light up. They
Yeah.
hear their mom's voice for the first time. Oh, dude,
Yeah.
that pulls on some heartstrings, man. Can you
Crazy.
imagine? Oof.
Yeah. Imagine trying to explain this show to someone. Like, you just said, like, I don't get it. It's two dum-dums that just talk.
Two idiots, right? You couldn't.
Two idiots.
Right.
Two idiots that
So-
dress eerily similar a lot.
What is it they actually do? What,
I'm a people person.
radio people. I don't know. We talk to people.
The people. Listen. All right. Well, crazy. There you go. So we started off with something pervy and we got kind of deep. I'm fairly. So there you go. We got braille today, which actually, to be fair, nipples are already braille. It's nature.
Yeah, it's one braille. Some are bigger than the others.
That's right. Ooh, that's big braille. That's
a big braille. That's a $100 braille.
Why are you shouting? That's shouting braille. I don't get it.
It's some dinner capital brailles.
It's capital braille. All caps. Exclamation points. Hey. All right. Hey, we brought it back. We brought it back to us.
There you go.
Well, that's going to do it for Brock and Hunter on the Echo Podcast. Thank you so much for hanging out, and we'll see you back here next time with another fact and opinion, whether you like it or not. So let's go read some.